Hey everybody, Pumpkin here. Today I wanted to bring you not necessarily a new deck, but actually a deck that came out maybe at the beginning of Homecoming. But the problem was Lemons. Xavier Lemons kind of just auto shut down this deck. Xavier Lemons used to have the ability where he could wipe out the entire graveyard. In this deck, which is a Beast deck, playing with Bear Masters, is contingent around having a graveyard. So now that Lemons is quite literally unplayable, this deck is actually pretty good. Yeah, you're going to start seeing this deck pop up a fair bit. I actually think it's quite good. We're going to go right through the deck. I'll explain general lines of play, and we'll get into some games. So, in the past, the leader used to be Bran. You would use Bran to discard 3 cards in round 1, 2, and 3 so that you could get through your deck. Because at the end of the day, you wanted to thin to 0, as we'll explain a little later on. The problem with that, it's nice. It's nice to get rid of a dead card in round 1, 2, and 3, like a wolf pack or whatever. The problem was you didn't have enough points in round 1. You usually fell behind in tempo, and you would end up having to give up the round. And then you'd have to catch up in round 2. Sometimes you'd fall behind. Sometimes you'd get 2-0'd. It just wasn't great. But with Herald, you get 8 points for free in round 1. That's awesome. So normally when you see Herald or you play Herald, you play Dagger. Because when you play Dagger, you get +8 on Dagger. Dagger plus Herald is assuming your opponent has 8 or more points on their side of the board. It's a 20-point combo, which is really strong. This deck doesn't play Dagger at all. It's just 8 points because, the deck struggles with round 1 tempo, and 8 points is a lot. I mean, that's 2 bronzes or 1 gold card. So Herald is simply here for the points. You can save him for round 3, but I find myself using him quite often in round 1. Royal Decree is in the deck for consistency. Your ideal Royal Decree target is Duran. You want to thin your deck early on. Very simple. So Royal Decree for Duran 90% of the time. Unless, of course, you have Duran in your hand. Operator. So Operator is a beast. Well, I should explain what the basic core of the deck is. Turtle's Beastmaster deploy, boost a beast ally by 2, increase the boost by 1 for every beast in your graveyard. So the bigger your graveyard is, in terms of beasts, the more boost you get. This boosting gets anywhere between 9 and 14 value usually during games. And you can play Bear Master up to 5 times. You can play them 2 by themselves. You can replay 2 more with Freya's in later rounds, or that round. You can use Raging Bear to ping off a Bear Master and then Freya res it again. And then you have a 5th one with Decoy. When you decoy a card and you have 0 cards left in your graveyard, when you decoy it, it'll go back into your graveyard and then come back out again because it's the only card left in your deck. It essentially is a decoy effect. It picks it up and plays it down again. This obviously only applies if you have 0 cards in deck or you get lucky. So, back to the top. Operator. Operator is a beast, so it works well. And spawn and summon a base copy of a bronze unit from your hand on this row on each player's side. So, the idea of this card is for Savage Bear. You create a Savage Bear, you kill your opponent's Savage Bear, and now you have an extra Savage Bear. Cool, more beasts. You populate your graveyard with a couple more beasts. What's interesting here is if, let's say this dies or you go into round 2 or 3, this counts as an extra beast for your Savage Bears. So the second Savage Bear you play, assuming it's not in the same round that you played Operator, it's going to be doing 2 sets of 2, so 4 damage. And then the third bear that you have is going to be doing 3 sets of 2. So you're doing 6 damage on your last bear. So it's an 8-point play as your final Savage Bear, which is really good. You can also Freya res this in round 3 to kill an engine. Let's say your opponent plays, any engine between 4 and 6 HP, and you need to kill it. Well, you can opt to res a Savage Bear to kill the engine, because sometimes killing an engine is worth more than boosting a unit by X amount with Bear Master. So keep that in mind while you're playing. So Operator, great card, populates your graveyard. An extra Savage Bear, making your other Savage Bear in the future better. Agora. Agora is also a beast. The theme of this deck is beast, so almost every card in this deck has the word beast on it, or it thins your deck. This allows you to lock a unit or remove a lock. Their lock removal isn't really a big deal. The only card I've ever unlocked in this deck is a Savage Bear. So I'll have to go first, or I'll only use like one of the two pings on Savage Bear, and then they'll lock it, and then I'll unlock it later. So yeah, 90+% of the time you're using this for a lock. Every now and then you might use it to unlock a card. It's good because the deck doesn't have a ton of removal outside of Ulfden. Ulfden's not really removal; it's more point swing heavy, and you have Savage Bears, but you can't always rely on them. So this is like your one hard removal. Roach is a beast. It thins your deck. Great. Berna, very good thin card. Draw 2, discard 2. Most of you know this, but your ideal targets are Morkvarg and Skirmishers. You have 2 Skirmishers and a Morkvarg. So there are 3 cards that you never want to play from your hand. You have technically 3.5 ways of discarding. So you have the Berna, which is draw 2, discard 2. And you have 2 Scouts, which can each discard 1. So that's 3 different cards that do it. But Duran works with Morkvarg. If you Duran a Morkvarg, it'll come out. So Duran's like the half because it doesn't work with Skirmisher. So we'll say 3.5 different discard cards. So yeah, Burnett, you want to play this whenever. It's a high tempo swing in round 1, 2, or 3. If you have both Morkvarg and your Skirmishers, you're looking at 5+5+2. So 12-point swing, very, very, very strong. Yeah, great card, great thinning. Morkvarg works with discard thrown in every basically every SK deck. These 2 cards plus skirms are probably auto-included in every SK deck. Decoy we mentioned earlier. If you thin your deck to 0, you can play Decoy on a Bearmaster and replay it again. Very strong. You could actually do this with Savage Bear 2 in round 3 if you wanted to. There's a scenario where you do that. Ulfden, deploy damage an enemy by half its current power. It does round up, so if there's a 13-point spear tip and you hit it, you're going to be doing 7 damage, right? So if you need to kill a 5-point engine, you can Ulfden it for 3, and then you can use a Savage Bear to finish it off. It's a good card. There's a good amount of tall decks, monsters. Nilfgaard runs Tibor, so yeah, this card finds good value, and it's cheap, 7p, very cheap card. Freya, ideally use it on Bearmasters. Don't be afraid to use Bearmasters in round 2, and then you can Freya in round 3. Sometimes you play 2 Bearmasters and 2 Freyas in round 3. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to depend on what you have and when you play these. In terms of mulligans, I usually mulligan this card out of my opening hand because you're never going to play it. It's going to brick. Mulligans with this deck. Get rid of Roach. Yeah. From there, you're going to have to decide. Ideally, you want Duran or Royal Decree in your hand. Yeah. You don't really need to save a mulligan for round 3. Sometimes you do. It really depends on the draws. But if there's a Freya in my hand, I get rid of it. Roach and Freya are the 2 cards. Or I guess there's 2 Freyas, so 3 cards that I mulligan out. Raging Bear, another beast. Deploy damage an enemy to the left by 1 if there's no ally, damage self by 1. So it might just look like a 5, right? Because you're either damaging a unit by 1 or you're damaging itself by 1. Either way, it's a 5. But it's much more than that because you can kill your Bearmasters. So you can play your Bearmasters in round 3 or round 2, whatever round, even round 1 sometimes. You'll have it on the board, and then you can use the Raging Bear to ping it off. This will kill the card, and then you can Freya res it. So normally when you Freya res something, you have to let it die. Usually that means in round 1 or round 2, and then you Freya res it in round 3. In this case, you can play Bearmaster, Freya, all in the same round. So very, very strong card. Not to mention it's also a beast. This is also a beast. This has no ability. It's a 5 for 6. It's just, yeah, it's a beast. Good in the deck. Bearmaster, we've talked a lot about. The entire deck is built around this. Your cards like Freya, Decoy, everything's building around this card right here. Very, very strong card. Do note it's boost a beast ally. So the counterplay to beast decks is 1, if you really want to run lemons, you can kill 3 beasts, and then each Bearmaster is losing 3 value overall with 5 different Bearmaster procs. You're losing 15. Yeah, 15 value. It's a lot. Lemon's just getting like 20 value, but unless beast becomes meta, you're better off just removing all the beasts. So the counterplay to beast decks is just remove the beasts, right? If there's a beast on the board, you kill it. If you keep killing all the beasts, Bear Masters can never boost anything. This can be tricky if they discard Morkvarg in round 3, or because Morkvarg is a little more difficult to kill at 5, or if they save Operator Savage Bear for round 3. They're going to lose a lot of points on their Savage Bears. They're going to be losing anywhere between 2 to 6 points on Savage Bears. But it's going to be very hard to kill an Operator and a Savage Bear in one turn. The only card that comes to mind that can really do that, unless you have engine set up on the board, is Brewer, right? The Brewer can take care of the Savage Bear, and you can, I don't know, kill Operator with Chiron, whatever. So yeah. The counter to this deck is, well, Tall Removal, resets, and Kill the Bears. Hey Mayscal, very good card. The discard card that we mentioned earlier. Very good on Morkvarg or Skirmishers. No, you can res this with Freya if you really need to. Just keep in mind, decks are 25 cards. You draw 10 in your opening hand, and then you draw 3 and 3. So you're drawing a total of 16 cards naturally. So you have 9 cards left in your deck. This deck thins by 6. All right, you have Royal Decree, you have Burner for 2, you have Duran for another 3, and then you have 2 Scalds, and there's one other card I'm missing, Roach, right? So you're thinning all 9 cards naturally, assuming you find like Burna. If Burna and Duran are at the bottom of the deck, you kind of screwed. You're out of luck. That's why Royal Decree's in the deck, to increase consistency. So keep that in mind. You could deck yourself. You could deck yourself and maybe only draw 2 cards in round 3, and that's not very good. So yeah, just be wary of that. Also do note when you're playing against Nilfgaard, if they play, I'm gonna blank on the name, it's 6p, 4 strength you play, and you get to discard one of their top 3 cards. If that's the case, there are scenarios where you Duran for only 2 cards, because you want to play around that, because, you know, if they play that early on and you don't draw all your cards, or they T-bore you in round 1 or 2. If they T-bore you in round 3 and it pulls nothing from your deck, you're actually okay with that. It's not a big deal. But if they T-bore you in round 1 or 2, or discard a card from your deck in round 1 or 2, you're going to be down a card, because this deck does thin to 0. So just keep that in mind. If you're playing against Nilfgaard, you might not Duran 3 targets. You might only go 2. Wolfpack, very straightforward. It's a beast, has removal on it. Awesome. Savage Bear, same thing we mentioned earlier. This is your Operator target, like 100% of the time. I guess the odd case would be I won't play Operator in round 1 if I don't have a Savage Bear. But I guess if it gets to the very end of round 1 and you need the points and you have no other card to play, you're probably going to play the Operator. Skirmisher, very good with this card. Yeah. So overall general idea with this deck, win round 1. Thin your deck as much as possible. Play Duran and Royal Decree in round 1. Round 2, if you lose the round 1, you should have lost a card up, which means if your opponent tries to bleed you, you should smash them. Right? They're going to play a card. You open with Savage Bear and ping for 4 to 6 points. And then they're going to start to catch up. They'll play a card. You just drop a Bear Master, and it's like 11-point card. And now they're falling behind. Now they're going to be a card down. Or they'll dry pass, in which case you just play whatever and go into round 3. Round 3, depending on the matchup, you need to be careful about your beasts, because if all your beasts get removed, well, you lose because your Bear Masters aren't getting value. So keep that in mind. Try to gauge how much removal your opponent has and potentially save a beast towards the end of the game, just in case they have a lot of removal. In terms of Duran targets, this one's a little weird. So it's move 3 cards from your deck to your graveyard. The targets can change. If Morkvarg is in your deck, you pick Morkvarg 100% of the time. After Morkvarg, generally I go Wolfpack. If there are 2 Wolfpacks and Morkvarg, I think that would be your best case scenario. Morkvarg double Wolfpack, because you don't really want to play Wolfpack from hand. It's a 4. Your next worst card is like Elderbear at 5. So yeah, never discard really anything else. There is a case where you discard some golds, and that is Duran is literally the bottom of your deck, and you draw it in round 3, and you have like, what, 3 cards left in deck, and you just discard them to populate your graveyard for Freya. But in round 1, you should never, ever, ever be discarding a gold card with the Wren. So yeah, Morkvarg Wolfpack. If you don't find Wolfpack, go Elder Bear. 90, I don't know, +% of the time, Raging Bear is going to be more useful than Elder Bear because you have that extra ability to kill a card, which is very important. Sometimes your opponent will like ping one of your Savage Bears, and you can use Raging Bear to kill the Savage Bear off so that your next Savage Bear gets extra value. So yeah, Raging Bear is just a better card than Elder Bear because there's more flexibility. So yeah, keep that in mind. Yeah, so priority, Morkvarg if it's in the deck, Wolfpack, and then Elder Bear. Okay, and if it gets even farther than that, then Raging Bear, I guess. But if that's the case, you have a very bronze-heavy hand. You might want to consider mulliganing a Wolfpack away for Duran. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a good deck. It's not bad. The addition of Herald the Cripple really helps the deck because, once again, the deck did struggle a lot in round 1. I guess card that you see sometimes is Camby. This is kind of a popular card in this deck because, well, it has the Beast tag on it. And it has discard synergy, so you can use it with Morkvarg. If you play Camby into Morkvarg, it's 9 points. It's 2 beasts on the board, which is very hard to remove with Bearmasters. It's kind of cute if you remove one of your high priority cards in your opponent's deck. You can use it with Skirmishers. The problem is it's just too expensive. There's no room for this. If you play this, you'd have to drop Royal Decree, and I don't want to do that. Consistency is more important than a card that's, well, the opposite of consistent. The only other card to mention would be Phoenix. This used to be an auto-include card because it was a beast. It res in round 2 and 3, so you would always have a Bearmaster target. The problem is everybody, and by I mean everybody, is playing Locks. Because Scoia'tael removal kind of fell off. More people are running Locks because more people are playing engine decks, right? Because less Scoia'tael removal, more engine decks, because there's a higher chance that they survive. So a lot of people are running Locks. Phoenix will never go off. Don't play this card. It's not worth it. You'll be sad. And that's assuming you draw Duran in your opening hand. If you don't draw Duran in your opening hand, this card sucks a lot. Because then you have to play like a naked 5-point card in round 2 or 3, and that just feels bad. Don't play this card. Camby would be the one exception. If you really want to play Camby, you can play Camby. Fine. No hard feelings. So a bit of a longer intro just because some of you guys might not have seen this deck. Yeah. Maybe you skip the entire intro and you're going to go right into the gameplay, and that's fine. That's cool with me. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye. Yeah, if this deck becomes like any tier that's like, well, it would have to be 1. Mill becomes good. Because Mill counters this deck hard. Because this deck thinks to 0. This card's ideal with Savage Bears. I mean, Freyas are shit, right? In round 1. This hand's really bad. It's okay, we have Herald. Cap. I mean, okay, we have Duran. Not the worst. So what do we mulligan? Away. We throw away... Shit. Okay, we throw away Morky, Wolf, and Bear. Okay. Okay. It's fine. You think that Ethne is dead? I don't know. Chat, do you guys think Ethne is dead? I do. But let's hear what chat thinks. I like playing these naked. Life support? Life support? That means she's not dead. But she sees 0 play. I think she is dead. Tier 2? Tier 2? Yeah, I don't think so. No. She's tier 2 if, like... No. No. Tier 3 at best. Tier 3 at best case scenario. Yeah, I want a refund on my Ethne skin. right, please. Rito. I actually really like the skin for Herald. Just play Francesca. Francesca blows too. Okay. I would rather play Ethne than Francesca. Oh, Francesca's shit. All the Scoia'tael leaders are shit other than Brewer, honestly. Phila's not good. Not a good leader. I think we would burn it here. Royal, Skirm. Okay, that works out. So we throw away Wolf and Skirm. Scoia'tael is shit. No, Scoia'tael's fine. It's just the leaders are garbage outside of Brewer. To Ragnarok isn't bad. Nobody runs Clear Skies. Yeah, but how do you draw the Ragnarok? And don't say just draw it forehead. The biggest issue with Francesca is there are not enough good specials. You have Ragnarok, Commander's Horn, Garrison. You have 3 good specials. The rest are shit. Yeah. I mean, Wolfsbane was nerfed. Yeah. There's 3 good specials, and you're not playing Scourge. Scourge way too expensive. Not even close. Dragon's Meme? Too expensive. Not good enough. You'll get pushed around. You can't play a 0-point card with Francesca. You'll lose. Ew. What am I supposed to royal? Yikes, dude. Yikes. Alright, I'll just play some bears, I guess. Royal Decree, by the way. What about it? You got a problem with my Royal Decree? Oh, we could actually royal Scald. It looks like shit, but it's fine. And throw away one of these 2 cards.
So, no one else dares face me?
No one else? Sure, I don't care. It looks like garbage. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Hey, listen here. Listen well.
Does it matter? I mean, this one's cuter, so... Yeah, this one's cuter. Come on, give me bear. Yes, good job. Yeah, we can play operator now. Pass? No, you never pass. Always play. This deck will shit on you later on. This deck has, because of the carryover on your leader. 42-point Aglis with Fran? Yeah, okay. But the problem is, how do you get into round 3? Ragnarok? I don't care how big this gets. It can go to the sky if it wants. Welcome, gentle one. If it goes to the sky, we'll pop it. Even the bronze spells seem on the high side. Yeah, I mean, you could play the Swallow for a little bit of consistency, but I mean, Swallow's not bad. It's a 6 for 6. Ooh, that's good. I mean, it's not. It's okay. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at okay. All right, keep growing. Keep going. I don't want to play these, obviously.
Let us put our steel to the test.
Okay. Dude, I want to slam leader so hard here. 39. Is that bad? Could be 12 up on him. No, BDM does it in 1. It's incorrect. Okay, BDM does it in 1, assuming at least 1 tick hits Yetta, because BDM on Yetta is worth 12 right now. You should use leader to not let him pass. No, but he can catch up with BDM on Yetta. If BDM didn't do it in 1, I would push leader so that he can't pass. Well, so that his next card doesn't. Yeah, okay, so my line of play was correct. It would be tied. And tie is no good. How many beasts do I have? 4. Base of 2, 6, 7, 38. It's not good enough. I mean, we could go now, I guess. Am I really slamming leader? Yeah, I am.
Point attack, down.
Go. Whee! I don't know. Can you do this in 1? I guess we'll find out. 8 points. I mean, he has Hemdall. If he has, like, Hjalmar, he can usually do this. Oh no, row cap. Shit. Alright,
He don't like you.
we gotta keep going. You just gotta go. Freyas are dead? How are they dead? We'll just res this. How are Freyas dead? Nani? Why are Freyas dead? Yay, we did it. We won on even. Pog. Faced a cute use with operator. He did it on Hawker Smuggler on range and then moved it. Oh, that's kind of funny. He's mulliganing. What? 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 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another one of these in my deck. Hello? CDPR, your game is broken? Help? Help? Nani?
Think you can out?
Oh, hush. Oh, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Is it 4 or 3?
We shall do it my way.
You're roping your poor opponent? Well, I was thinking about whether or not I was gonna pass. I was thinking. Alright. No, it's not a BM rope. I was chat. Come on. Let me think. Don't be mean. I have feelings too. Kappa. I need to, you know, not. Okay, just find the. I don't know, dude. Find the Scald. Okay, this is this fine? Okay, wait. No, yeah. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's not a big deal. We're fine. It's actually fine. When we decoy, we'll top deck the Scald. Or we top deck Prey. Either way, I don't give a shit. We're fine. No, shut up. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Alright? Trust me. You have to have faith that Pumpkin knows what he's doing. It's... CDPR. What do you mean? Why are the cards invisible? Oh, we found a bug. Nice deck, thanks. It's fine, don't worry about it. There's a card in here, and I know what it is. It's called the invisible card. If you draw said invisible card, you win the game. Yep, that's what CDPR told me. It's invisible because you use Royal Decree? That doesn't make any sense. Nani?
Sure, you can pet him. Long as you
Oh,
don't
so
lose
big.
his arm.
Wow. 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 Oh, it's cute. Giving him a 12-point Yetta res? Oh, no, what? Sig always does that. Sig goes through deploy. Isn't it a good time to combo with decoy? Yeah, it is, but it's not like he's gonna do 1 damage to the Bearmaster, so I'm not really worried. Donk. Ooh! 12?
The child. Return her to me.
Wow, big. Much big, very... Why are you 16 up? Nani? Why do you have more points than I do? That's weird. Must be a bug. Alright, because he just played 2 cards in 1 turn. You played Ice onto this, onto this. What if I played Scorch? You lose?
The mother goddess, she giveth and
Yeah,
taketh away.
I wanted to play around this, but I can't, because it's either lock this or whatever. Alright, here we go.
Across the wide somber sea, I will sail.
See? Told you it was fine. You guys didn't believe me. All of you guys lolling me and omega lolling me. No, we were fine the whole time. The Invisible Man, yep. Alright, let's see. Is your Freya better than my Freya? I don't think so. Maybe. Yours is a, what was that, a 3? It's kind of cute.
Get him, Wojtek!
I don't know, mine's a 15. Mine's pretty thick.
Come here. I'm gonna hurt
Woo!
you.
So big. Big boy. Big boy. He gave you an extra point by killing Agora? Technically 2 points. Oh, no, not technically 2. Technically 2, but it would have hit the skirm instead, so it's only 1. But yeah, you did give us an extra point. You found the vet player? Hey! Hey, I didn't play this. I didn't. Whatever, dude. I'm not even gonna defend it. I don't give a shit. I don't care. %100% win rate? We played like 2 games.
We must trust each other.
Ew. 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 It's big. Okay, how good is this card actually? Is this card gonna rail me? There's only one way to find out. Oh, hi, Roach. I can't, I mean, I could, like, kind of deal with it, ping it, and then, like, I can't deal with it. Oh? 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 Oh. Oh, I like this. That's how you use leader. You think I wouldn't? I'll do it. I didn't waste leader, chat. Shut up. I won coin flip. It's worth it. Be quiet. We removed 2 engines for the price of 0 cards? You can't tell me that's bad. Dude, leaders suck, dude. Overrated. It's a good play, chat. Be quiet. Trust me. I would know. Because... I don't know. Ew. How do you proc this? Whatever, not my problem. You can figure it out.
Across the wide somber sea, I will sail.
New card. Press F for this loss. Oh, come on, chat. Don't be mean.
Are you certain? I do it differently.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, did he just kill the bear? You. Alright. Yeah, don't ever kill the bear. Because you know for a fact that I have bear in hand. Okay. I mean, I understand he would have had to lose value to ping this, but it would have been better. Yeah, this card's broken. Busted. OP. No, Pumpkin! You forgot the #1 rule! Shit. Pumpkin, why do you always forget? You suck at this game, dude.
Don't you pester me. Nothing like some overseas plundering and spring.
Content, thank you so much for the 6 months. After quitting Gwent for Artifact, I'm quitting Artifact for Gwent. Nice, dude. Ooh, it's actually good. Wow! Combo! Combo? It's kind of cute. It actually worked out pretty well. I'm impressed. It's like the stars aligned. No way, dude. Dude!
Uh-oh. Trouble approaches.
Isn't it better to ping the 2 and then the 2 again? Nice. Good. Solid. 10 out of 10. Kill this so this can't do it if he gives it charges. What do you think about... What do you think that Artifact is... What? Why? Oh, why? Jeez, I can't read. Why do you think Artifact is killing itself? A number of different reasons. The biggest one is there's no progression and it's not free to play, and it has to, like, having a buy-in is ridiculous for a card game. It's just, it's overly complicated. There's no progression system. There's no reason to play the game other than having fun, and having fun is not a good enough reason to play a card game. You play a card game for the progression, and the fun should come along with it. Yeah. Doesn't help that there's ridiculous RNG effects in the game when it's supposed to be the next esport, like, best card game ever, and then they print cheating death, which is, yeah. I can't say it's a competitive game and then print that card. I did not play The Witcher 3. No, I don't like single player games. Or I'm too lazy to play them. It's probably that. I wish I drew Royal Decree. Where's my Royal Decree? Wait, did he draw both of them? Oh. Wait, you royaled that out? Alright. Artifact will not die? No, it won't die because there's a multi-billion-dollar company supporting it. But it will not thrive in its current form. It can't. I need Freya reses. Just slam this.
Sure, you can pet him, long as you don't mind
Still a
losing
10.
an
It's
arm.
not bad. One coin flip wasted leader Ross. Okay, shut, dude. Come on. He played leader too. All right, give me a break. You. Why am I getting triggered by Twitch chat? It's like rule number 1 when you stream: don't get triggered by Twitch chat. Savage Bear is a good Freya target. Yeah, it is. Yep. And that's what we'll do, most likely. Actually, there's a pretty high chance we do that if we don't draw it. Did you watch this guy's Toast 4K armor values in Hearthstone? I watched it live when he was streaming it. I was there. Were any of you guys there? I was there. 20,000 Pog armor. I was there.
Blood everywhere.
Have you heard of the 8th grade syndrome? Nope. Should I? Dead. 6 damage, that's insane. Insane. Wow. Wow.
Semper Fi!
Wow. I have to kill that. Alright. More bears! Okay. You knew he had it? I mean, maybe all 3 of them were on the bottom of his deck. There's no way he has 2. That's a spooky card. That's a spooky one. Woo! Spook. Spooksters. What do I do? What do I do? Oh. Okay. Decoy. Ping. Pop off top. Kill it. Genius. Go. Wait, does that work? Yeah, it does. Ah, shit. It didn't work. We tried. That's all that matters. We tried. NA calculation. I mean, it works like 50% of the time. 50% of the time, it works every time. All right? Right? Right. Right.
We shall do it my way.
Wait. I have no beast. So Freya blows, so we're just royaling Savage Bear. Alright. Yeah. I mean, it's an 8-point rip. There's no way he can do this. Yeah, I didn't think so. Whee! Dude, we played so many of these. Wow. So good. Almost. I didn't almost lose. What do you mean? No. Don't lie. We didn't almost lose. We almost won by more. There was no scenario where you were losing that.